Hey everybody, starting your daily recap for May 3rd, 2022. Let's take a look at what we got going on today, what we did, some of the stuff that we were involved with on the options equity side. So we came to the market today, we were leaning bullish neutral, looking for a continuation push to the upside. Basically held that range low on the daily, was expecting more of a bounce. We did retest EMA support, which is looking for a gap fill in that regard, which was great. And we're kind of reset into the FOMC tomorrow. Now, a couple different things that we did out the gate, as you probably can guess, we did do that Tesla long. Basically pulled to the downside, created a head fake. We grabbed it long on that. It actually held some support there on the daily as well. So we grabbed it long this morning when it started to push back up around the 905 level. We traded that into the 924s, 925s. So about a 20-point trade on that to the upside, which was fantastic. We also grabbed it again on that when it pulled back to the 50 MA, traded it back to the upside on a little bit of a pop there. And then we grabbed it again here, traded it again to the upside into that pop. And then we also grabbed it at the end of the day for about 3 points to the upside. So, we were all over Tesla today, trading it nonstop. We did well on that range, which was great. CHGG, traded this long out the gate. Basically, earnings were, they weren't great. They lowered guidance, all this good stuff, or all this bad stuff. But it was beaten down big time into earnings. It sold off huge on the earnings release. So I figured, probably get a little bit of a bounce. And then, if it rolls over, it rolls over. But at least traded out the gate for a bounce. Volume started to come in, grabbed it long at the 16 level. And obviously we traded that into the 17s. 18s ended up getting there. Exited the rest of that. We also did roll the position into some longer dated 20 calls, which, we ended up not swinging. But it was worth the roll at the time, so figured, why not take it. AKTR, we tried this one long out the gate. This one didn't end up working for us. Oops, ATKR. We kind of got a bad fill on that spread, so it is what it is. That one we ended up getting not stopped out, just had to take it off. UPST swing overnight worked out nicely. We ended up adding into it back to full size around 83.43 and selling some on the pop for a couple points to the upside, so that was a decent trade there. VAX long. We took this long at 736 this morning. We traded that for 1 point to the upside. I was happy with that. Really nice trade there. Another small one that we did at the end of the day. We actually did this 2 times, 3 times. I think we did it 3 times. We basically traded the flags long. First time we grabbed it at 496. We traded for a point to the upside into the 6s, and we did it again around that 6 level, traded it to the upside. Then we grabbed it again at the end of the day, and we ended up just getting out of that position at the end of the day, about 1/8 size for a little loss there, but we got a couple points to the upside on full sizes, so that was a nice little trade in that regard. Airbnb short, we took the short at 149.96 this morning. Obviously it's pushing on earnings right now, but sold off all day. Got about 6-7 points on that to the downside. Shop, we were long this one at 455.78, traded that into the 475s. So about 20 points on that to the upside. Another really nice trade there. We tried some SC long, ended up having to just get out of that one flat. Didn't end up going anywhere at all. HR buyout news came out, 29.48. Grabbed that one long. We were looking for 31.30s. Ended up getting that target hit. That was great. And we ended up exiting the rest of that position there. We took Indo long at 18.30. And I actually tweeted this one out as well, free trade, as well as it was in the chat in the free trade section for about a point. 18.27. We traded that into the 1950s, so a little bit more than a point there. AMT long at 240s. Traded that into the 243 level. 3 points there. What else? W. At 88 long, we traded that into the end of the day, and we ended up selling that for 1 point, so that was a decent trade as well. We traded EPAM long from 300 to 304s, so 4 points there. And I believe that's it. Oh, CXRT, we had this long at 73 cents, and we didn't end up swinging it overnight, but not a bad trade, I guess. Got a couple cents on it. Other than that, nice day. Equity side, you can see very high hit rate. There's only 2 trades that didn't work, which was that AKTX this morning, or AKTR, whatever it was, and then the third trade that we did on BWV, but it was more than paid for because it was only 1/8 size, and we ended up getting out pretty much just flat when it didn't end up working this morning, or at the end of the day there. So we had a couple things overnight. We had Roku, the 100 calls overnight. Those one ended up going 300%. We rolled in the 115s for about 100%. And change to the upside. We traded XOM, CVX, and Oxy to the upside. XOM and Oxy, we both got around 50% plus on those trades. I believe Oxy was a 100% trade. I'm just going to scroll back and look. I believe it was close to it. Looks like 67%, so not bad. NVAX, we had these 60 calls long all day. We ended up swinging these overnight, and we're swinging them overnight again tonight for continuation higher. So that's about 200% trade. Tesla, we have 200% on that spread that we took. We took some Starbucks today for about 11%. We took Zim long on the option side, 60 calls out the gate, and those ended up going, I believe, a couple 100%. And then look at this at the end of the day. Close. Looks like 160%. Not bad there. Took some SPY puts out the gate. Those ended up not working, so we ended up exiting those quick. J&J 185s and 182.50 calls, those didn't work. We grabbed some Coin 140 calls, worked for about 30%. We tried some Square 115 calls, those ended up not working. WDC 165 calls, we got about 80% on those. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, Apron, we got about 60% on those. We grabbed the 5 calls. Netflix, the 219s, we got about 30% there. Oh, sorry, the 210s. Spot, we tried the 120 calls. Those ended up not working. A lot of 50% trades. Nothing major. X1, 50%. Citibank, about 50%. 52 calls. UAL, about 50%. Or sorry, about 38% there. Yeah, looks like that's pretty much about it. We did SPY puts at the end of the day, then calls, and the calls ended up working. They ended up taking off the puts flat because they didn't really, go anywhere. Other than that, it was really a day of sitting on hands, waiting for the right setups to present themselves. Equity was where it was at. We made a nice amount of coin on those, and the hit rate was extremely high. On choppy days like today, it's usually better to trade equity over options. And if you are an options trader, it's just a matter of sitting on your hands and waiting for the right opportunities to present themselves. So anyways, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, go to spartantrading.com. We do stream every single day from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We do have a free Discord. The link is in the bio, or link is in the description of the video. As well, we do have paid sections with all the alerts with the entries, exits, ads, and scale outs, as well as stops for options and equity all day long. And yeah, we'll see what happens, guys, tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and join us for our free pre-market analysis that starts at 8 a.m. and runs to 9:30 a.m. Have a good one.